class, I gave you an assignment to build a calculator. Shelfat, you are welcome.
Alright, good evening. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good evening. So, Shelfat is the only one that submitted my assignment. Let's do the solution together. Oops. So, I want to do the solution to assignment. Let's first do the HTML part before we add JavaScript to it. So, let's use a table to manage our calculator. Okay. I welcome you to class. So we're trying to do the solution to our last assignment, which majority of us did not do. Hello?
Alright.
Hope you can see my screen. So we are doing the HTML part of the calculator. So using a table to do that. Let's run it on the browser. So here is it. Let's style it a bit, at least to make it somehow cool. So I'll come here. That's something like a 40 pixel. 30, okay, I think this is better. Then let's put our table at the center. Okay. I think let's start it a bit. Oh, where we're going to display our results, whatever we press. So I can just copy this. Then put this here. And move out of this. Okay, good. Then the equal sign at the bottom. Oh, this is somehow too big. Okay, I think this equal sign. Let's make it span to also. Can give it cospan for also. So we are here to start the JavaScript part of it. We just want to make our calculator look at this a bit presentable. Then we can give our table a background color, maybe gray. Then utility can have a background color of maybe white. Okay. So this equals sign. Let's put it at the center. Okay. We can give it text outline. center. Okay, I think let's work with this. Let's work with this. So what we want to do is that when I click on any of these buttons is to display it on the screen. Let's start with that. So when I click on one, I want to see the one on the screen. When I click on two, I want to see two on the screen. And up. So let's pick them one after the other. For the first one, I'll create a function called display one. So let's go to the script part. Function, we can call it display one. So whenever I call on this function, I want it to display one inside this. So we can give this an ID of display. So when you click on this button, you will call on this function display one, and function display one will display one inside this TD. That's what we want to do. So on click of this, call on that function we just created, display one. And what this is going to do is that it displays one inside this. So let's go to the function, call on the ID. The ID is display. Remember, TD is an uneditable container, so you're going to use inner text equals to 1. Any questions so far? So let's click, let's see if it's working. But we have one in this place. So let's do the same with 2. When I click on 2, this TD, it displays 2 inside this TD. So let's get a function called display 2.
Please, I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh, I guess it's your network. Where's the network? Please, everyone, can we see my screen? Hello?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. You can leave and try to join again. Okay. So we want to do that of display 2. Like I said at the beginning of this class, our focus is on simplicity. And what we're going to do, everything we're going to do or use for this task we are doing will be just what we've learned so far. No more. So want to click, when you click on that button, that TD, this second one, when you click on this second one, you want to display 2 on the screen. So we can say display dot inner text equals to 2. So we attach it to this TD now. Display 2. So when you click on this, it will call on this function and it displays 2 on the screen. Any questions so far? So let's see that together. So this is placing 2 on the screen. It's working. But there's a little problem. The problem is that, imagine I want to type 21. So if I type 1 now, the 1 is replacing the 2. Instead of it adding it with whatever is on the screen, is replacing it. If I click on 2, 2 replaces 1. If I click on 1, 1 replaces 2. That's not what I want. I don't want it to replace it. I want it to add it with whatever is on the screen. Like I see display the 2 of them together. That brings us to concatenation. Concatenation. So in our last class, we looked at concatenation. Concatenation is like you are tying text together. Right. So what you can do is that we can say that whenever I click on this one, get whatever is on the screen and concatenate 1 to it. So let's assume I have 2 on the screen. When I click on this, it will get that 2 and it concatenates 1 to it so that it becomes 2, 1. So when I click on this also, get whatever is on the screen and concatenate 2 to it. So let's assume I already have 1 on the screen. When I click on it, it becomes 1, 2. So what we're going to do is that when you click on this, you know this calls on function display 1. Let's come here. This is a function. So we can say get whatever is on the screen and concatenate 1 to it. So that becomes get whatever is on the screen, display dot inner text, then concatenate 1. So get whatever might be there initially, concatenate 1 and set it back inside it. So we can do the same for this also. Get whatever might be inside, that might be on the screen, concatenate 2 with it and set it back. So when I click on this second one, is equal on this function. Is equal to whatever is on the screen, concatenate 2 to it and set it back. So remember, this plus is concatenation because this is a string and this is a string, but it's primarily because this is a string. This part is a string. This is a string. So this is a string. Whatever you get using inner text, dot inner text dot value, we always come as a string. So this is a string, and it will concatenate with this string also and set it back. Any questions so far? Okay, so let's see if it's working. Now we have 1, 2, 1. So this is something similar to what we want. Now we can shorten it a bit. This can be written as like this. It's the same thing. Display dot inner text equals to gets initial value of this, then concatenate 1 to it and set it back. So you can shorten it like this, but I think the longer version will be better, make it more explanatory. So let's do that of 3, 4, 5, 6 and other things there. So display 3, then display 4, I just copy, paste, 4, paste, 5, paste, 6, paste. This is the clear the screen. You can call it clear screen. Then this is to delete the last character. So let's say delete last. Let's call it the last character like this. So this is a display plus. This display minus. This display multiplication. Display division. This is to calculate everything. So you can call this calculate results. So let's get all these functions. So we're going to come here, create a function for display 3. Display 4. 5. Display 6. So let's stop here. So this is what we've done so far. When I click on 1, it will get whatever is on the screen, concatenate 1 to it. The same with 2, the same with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. When I click on plus also, get whatever is on the screen, concatenate plus with it and set it back. Same with the minus, same with multiplication, same with division. Let's see if that is working fine before we go into others. 12 minus 7. I think this is what we've done so far. So next is, let's ensure that this clear works. When you click on this, let it clear everything on the screen. Let's clear everything on the screen. So let's get a function to undo that. Function clear screen. What that is going to do is that take whatever is on the screen and set it to empty string. Just set it to empty string. So everything on the screen becomes empty string, and that works fine. 6 times 2. So when I click on this, it has removed everything on the screen. It becomes empty string. Next is let's let this delete work. That's remove the last character. Let's assume I want to type 764. I mistakenly typed 765. I want to remove the 5 so that it becomes 76, so that I can now type 4. So that is remove the last character. What did we call the name that we're going to use? Delete last character. Okay, so let's do that together. So in the last class, I explained to us how we can deal with string, how we can slice a string, removing the last character. So we can say display dot inner text equals to get whatever is on the screen, then remove the last character of whatever you see on the screen. So to do that, we can get whatever is on the screen like this, display dot inner text dot slice. So you start from 0 and you end at -1. So from our last class, I've explained how this will help you to slice the last character. So this is slice it, and whatever it gives you, it sets it back on the screen. So let's see if that is working. Get whatever is on the screen, slice it. So let's see if that is working as expected. So if I want to remove it, I click on this there. Good, good. Next is want to imply this equal sign. I want to make it work. Equal sign. So I think you have the name of the function calculates is that. So let's get the function together. So I explained to us in last class that you can use a val to evaluate a string. What happens is that everything you see inside this place is a string, everything there. So let's assume I typed 6 times 5 there. In the real sense, the 6 times 5 is something that looks like this. Let me type it there. Something that looks like this. 6 times 5. This is how it looks like. So everything inside that display.inner text is a string. So I want to evaluate this string, and that's, we can easily use eval to solve that problem. Eval, everything there. Display dot inner text. So this will evaluate it and set the result back on the screen so that we can see it there. So let's see. Equals to this. Now there are a lot of improvements you can still make to this calculator, but I think based on what we've learned so far, I think we are still cool at this point. We are good. Yeah. In our subsequent classes, we can see how we can optimize this code, how a lot of things we can do better. But for now, we stop. Yeah. If there's any part of this explanation that you don't understand, please let me know. Okay. So like I said, I observed that it turned out to the last assignment, only one person submitted. So for that reason, what I would do is that I'll give us another assignment. This new assignment, I want a better turnout. For that, I want this assignment will make use of just what we've learned so far. So let me give out the assignment. This is what I want you to do. Let's converter. So currency converter. I want to create a currency converter. Shall we do current? Let's use temperature converter. Yeah, can do temperature converter. So the way it's going to work is that you will have an input, then there will be a select button here. Option. So let's say this is from Kelvin to Celsius. This is on the form. This is it too. Can have an input between them. So we can have a button here. So convert. Then we can have the result here inside this div. Let's go to the browser and see converter. Okay. So let's make it a bit more descriptive. So I want to convert, let's say, 10 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. So when I click on this, it will convert it and give me the results. I think, do I have two inputs on the screen? This one input. Oh, this another one. Sorry. Okay. So let's assume I typed 10 here. I want to convert from Celsius to Kelvin. Then I click on this. It will pick this 10 and convert it to Kelvin from Celsius. Also, let's say let's say I clicked on I say 50 here. Then when I select Kelvin to Celsius, so when I click on this, it converts from Kelvin to Celsius. It converts from Kelvin to Celsius. So let's look at some of those things you may need for this to get this done. So let's say I have a select tag. I want to pick whatever the user typed inside the select tag. Let's call this 1. Two. The button. Get the value. So when I click on this button, I want to know what the user picked here, whether it's 1 or 2. So we go to our scripts and click on this. Click on this. Then if you want to call out a function, maybe get value. Let's get the function together. So how do you get whatever the user picked here? You can give this an ID. You can call it maybe my select. So when you say my select dot value, it will give you whatever the user picked here, whether it's 1 or 2. Remember, a select is an editable container. So this gives us 1. If I picked 2, this gives us 2. If I picked 1, this gives us 1. So you can use this to do that. But a better thing you can do is that you can come here and give it a value attribute. So if it has a value attribute, the value attribute replaces whatever you have here when it is selected. What I mean is this. Let's say this is and this is at CW. If there is no value attribute, when I click on this, if the user selected the first one, it's going to be ONE. If the user selected the second one, it's going to be TWO. What I'm saying is this. So ONE. TWO. But now, if you give it a value attribute, whatever the user select, let's assume the user selected the first one, this here will be 1, not ONE. And if the user selected the second one, this here will be 2, not TWO. So this is 1. This is 2. So you can make use of this to solve the assignments I gave us just now. It's not a must to get the assignments done perfectly. Major thing is you attempt it, try to solve it, don't just dump it and be like, oh, I don't care about it. I want you to attempt it, spend your time doing it, try your best to get it done. And whatever you come up with, even if it's not exactly what I asked you to do, submit it. I'll go to it. If there's any correction, I'll let you know. And so, any question before we round off?
So, how are we going to be submitting the assignment? Is it on email, like sending the file by using email to send the file, like that?
Yes, send it to me via mail. In one of our classes, I will show us how you can host it and send a link. For now, just send it to my mail.
Okay, just send the raw file to your email.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, please, can you help us to recap the assignment again, sir?
Okay. So here's what the assignment is about. You want to convert someone, unit of temperature to another unit. So let's say I as a user, let's go to the browser. The user will come here, type a number here, 100. I want to convert from 100 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. So this is from the unit I'm converting from. And this is to the unit I'm converting to. When I click on this, it will convert this 100 degrees Celsius to Kelvin, and the result will be placed inside this div. Then let's say I picked Kelvin.
So sorry, that div, are we going to give that empty div a class to push it in?
I don't know. Just attempt it. I don't know. I don't know if you give it a class or anything. Just based on what I've explained so far, look at the best way to handle it based on our previous classes and how. So if I click on, let's say, 150, I'm converting from Kelvin now to Celsius. When I click on this, it will convert it from Kelvin to Celsius. So that's the task. Any other question? Okay, in absence of questions, let's call it a day. Thanks for coming. Good night.